What you call yourself, man?
Man, I go by many names, man. MAC, Mayhem, Artillery and Currency, Mac Black, the Elohim, the Mach 90, Mac 11, Big Head Scientist, Low Mac.
Scene of a debate between community activists and police over the tactics used in a recent police raid. Cron 4's Hazik Madyoun has tonight's top story at 5:30.
And you've justified now wholesale kicking down doors, coming in with tanks.
If you're holding any community hostage, the Oakland Police Department are going to fight for those who can't fight for themselves.
One police raid, two very different points of view. Community activists are now speaking out about their concerns regarding an Oakland police operation in this community, where over 50 alleged gang members were arrested. A press conference was held here on the corner of 8th and Adeline.
But I stand before you as the individual who ran Operation Nutcracker.
Hey man, shout out Pop a Lot, Mob Ties, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happened to the Muslims? You should see the Muslims all over the Bay, bro. It's like the Muslims just did an exodus or whatever have you, but being that these hood vlogs is being a topic or whatever have you, right? I wanted to go back and look at some of the reasons why they not really that popular up north and this, that, you know, we starting to see a resurgence of them, but it ain't really what you do, it's how you do it. You remember that Hood to Hood DVD? Yeah, bro, that caused a lot of trouble. We're going to get into it.
OPD was there and tried to explain what happened from their perspective.
Police officers who put their lives in danger going to arrest some of the most notorious individuals. I've been here 17 years, and I will go on record and say this is the most notorious group of individuals that I've seen in my police career.
But community leaders say they hear otherwise.
Residents here, according to what we were told, were frightened to death, not by the young men, but by law enforcement.
But has crime decreased in this area since the raid?
As I stated before, we had 37 homicides in the last year and a half attributed directly to this group.
Since Operation Nutcracker, how many homicides in this area?
None.
Another issue for protesters are these words spoken by the Attorney General at a press conference following the raid.
These individuals, as you see listed here and shown, they're a type of urban terrorists.
There is the Acorn Project, for instance, in Oakland, all volunteer and all fed up.
I would have loved to got me a gun and went up to my roof and sniped at these guys, or, you know, the violent, you know, get tough with these guys, you know, but, you know, sanity stepped in and said, you know, if you do this, you're going to get your butt blown away, kind of thing, you know. That, you know, we've had gun battles on my street, you know, guys pulling out Uzis at each other and that. And I figure if something violent's going to happen, I'll leave that to the police department.
Paul Malone is an Oakland mailman, a member of Acorn, a community group with several political agendas, but one of them is ridding the streets of drug dealers.
Business, man, please believe it. The Mecca of the Bay, man, the founders of the Black Panthers, biggest gang in the United States, you know what I'm talking about? Also, on the down low, we created the Crips, you know what I mean? Gave them LA cats that literature, and they, you know, crossed it up a little bit, started gang banging, y'all should know.
Yeah, man, so first off, my LA cats, what y'all think about that? You heard MAC say, he, you know, the literature was lended to y'all. I think he referring to like the Black Panthers, and because I hear that a lot, like Crips starting from the Black Panthers, whatever have you, right? So, but yeah, bro, that Hood to Hood DVD was devastating for the Bay, right? At the time, a lot of raids went down, this, that, and the third, and ever since then, it wasn't really much of that. Feel me? Could be, and it was like some, you know, they like, you know
what it is, man. Individuals, you know, wanted to be Crips, and that wasn't cool to the blood. We ain't gotta go through that history. We're gonna talk about the town, though, you know what I'm saying? This is another part of the Jets, you know what I'm saying? We had to get up in here because, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, what projects are we at right now, man?
These are Acorns, notorious Acorn Jets, you know what I'm saying? On everything, niggas know about these motherfuckers, though. You know, we ain't no Crips and no Bloods in Oakland, period. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can do what they want, man, but we knocking shit down, you know what I'm saying? I watch individuals grow up, so I'm going to Hollywood right now to be acting like I say, man, I'm acting thug. Niggas call me on a bad day, you feel what I'm saying? I got the trinkets on, how niggas be doing
What's
shit.
that right there coming up out your shirt, man?
This that water gun, man, you know what I'm saying? I got you like my little sunroom. It was a little orange thing, I spray painted that motherfucker. So you know what I mean? Spray painted that motherfucker. Nigga don't got nothing less than 30.
Hold on, let me see that, put that motherfucker in the light, man.
Now listen, 30, small shit though. Unfortunately, me, allegedly, they say I like to get in the car, I like to cop the neck, I like to cook the dope, I like to bag it, I like to get my money in, knock a nigga down. Allegedly, that's what they say. That's too many damn positions. You don't see the quarterback playing no wide receiver position, you know what I'm saying? So, my niggas be
hate I'm going off the grind.
Another bad day. I don't be hustling no more, I be doing the same shit.
Yeah. You already know in this shit. Check this though, right? I'm like a red-nosed pit, man. I'm like that dog food down there waiting on the weekend hustle. I'm hungry, man. Can't go a couple hours more, man. I'm trying to watch the Scarface twice swap down and shit. I think this shit so real. Talk to God, huh? Pay to me, slide up. Believe that. Solution mix in my system, huh? Solution mix out in my system. See that pussy get the hitting, baby daddy get the front. Then my bully get the spitting. Keep a hoodie and some mittens just in case that drama go. Powder girl, yeah right. Magnum in the calico. If it's dry, I gotta go. It's weather bitches in the I talk this shit for real, man. Them other niggas.
So the crazy part about it, bro, is I think the same thing, like the same gripes people be having with some of these hood vlogs today, right? That's going on in LA, this, that, and the third, is like, this was kind of like, well, the Hood to Hood DVD was kind of like intel for the, you know what I'm talking about, infidel and shit like that, and they was able to do they want to. So basically, like how they be showing they little hangout spots and this, that, and the third. Before the Hood to Hood DVD came out, right, the Acorn segment particularly, the police didn't really know what they was dealing with, right? To an extent, it was complaints and this, that, and the third, but that shit was intel, like I say. We're gonna keep it.
Really though, I get disappointed constantly, cause these big ass bitches can't suck or with me. 2 minutes, brother, shit, I ain't never heard of that. 10 minutes, sister, man, that's every other ghetto rap. Keep a stack, but I'm stingy. Go for hours, bitch, then hit me, smoke that powder, bust that pussy. How could she ever forget me? Stay on her mind and her spine. Call me Mr. Summertime, keep her hot and wet. Man, that no, I ain't f***ing lying. Should put on Mac Blast, but I'ma give her this one pass. Change her name, put in her ass, so I can get all my cash. Yeah, call up a click, boom. That's how we doing out here, man. 18 squad.
Yo, we back. It's your boy Pop-A-Lot. Mob ties. We on our way to Cali with it. Oakland to be exact. West Oakland to be more exact. If you want to be more precise, meet us at the old Acorn Projects, AP shit. Shout out to everybody in Oakland. Y'all get in the comment box. Y'all already know how we run it. Now, today, we are going to be covering somebody legendary in the town. Now, if you from the town, you already know what it is when you mention MAC, Mac Blast. But today, we are going to be covering Mark Anthony Candler, a.k.a. Mac Blast, a.k.a. MAC, a.k.a. one of the most notorious people to ever come through Oakland, if you're listening to the authorities. Now, we about to try to get into it, and I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about the homie MAC. Shout out to him, Free Mac. But you can't talk about Mac Blast without talking about Acorn Projects and pretty much the Acorn gang. So the Acorn Projects, or Acorn, is a series of housing.
You know, it's crazy too, cause like, just, you know, the same way DC might be facing hella scrutiny or whatever have you about him coming through with the camera, it's like he being called to come through with the camera, right? So it's like it just seemed like that's why I come across like some selective shit or like, come on, you know, type shit.
Projects in the Acorn Redevelopment Project area, or the Acorn neighborhood of West Oakland, known as the Corns or the Cornfields. Neighbors to a wide variety of housing projects, is bordered by the high-rise City Towers apartments and the low-rise Moore apartments to the south, Cypress Village to the west, Market Street to the east, and 10th Street to the north. Now, it originally consisted of 3 units, Acorn 1, Acorn 2, and Acorn 3. Now, in the late 90s, like everywhere across the United States, they would go on to, I want to say tear down, but redevelop or gentrify the neighborhood to pretty much combat crime. Acorn 2 and Acorn 3 were renamed Town Center Apartments at Acorn and the Courtyard Apartments at Acorn. Anybody that been there before and after, tell me if y'all even recognize that shit, because anywhere you go or anywhere I've been, shout out to Brooklyn, it shit just do not look the same. Now, according to Wikipedia, and it's well known that Acorn is the home of the Acorn Street Gang. They're going to note, due to the close proximity, skirmishes between Acorn and neighboring Cypress Village, as well as the Lower Bottoms, occur frequently. The media would also mention an ongoing rivalry or a feud that they would have with a rival gang by the name of Ghost Town. I'm not sure if they associated with any one of those two neighborhoods, but my guys from Oakland, y'all getting the bottom, put me in the know. Now, some people outside of Oakland definitely might know my guy Mac Blast because his name rings, but if you're familiar with the classic DVD series Coast to Coast, where they would go to different neighborhoods, Mac Blast would be one of the main people featured in the Oakland episode, and he would go on to detail some of the tales of his life and his many run-ins with death, which includes multiple attempts.
And you know, at the time, right, people didn't know what they was doing. Like, you know, certain cats just wanted to be on camera as representation for the section, or just like, it wasn't like, ain't nigga didn't know what they was doing, bro.
On his life and shootings, one where he goes into vivid detail of how during one of his shootings, it was the news crew out covering a separate murder. Somehow the information would get switched up and people would go on to think that he was deceased, saying he would come out his door to those same project hallways he was standing in, saying RIP to the last real one, RIP MAC. So there's no way I could detail everything in this guy's life, but I definitely want to put y'all in the know of the people that y'all need to know about and that need to be covered. Now, everything for Mac Blast pretty much is going to hit ahead in June of 2008. That's when authorities would launch Operation Nutcracker after a 3-month investigation. They would go on to arrest more than 40 people, making Mac Blast almost the target of those raids, with the East Bay Times headlining articles, suspected Acorn gang members snarled and raved, ABC 7 gang leader ordered to stand trial. So right off top, the media would go to portray Mark Mac Blast Candler as the alleged leader of the Acorn gang, even though the lieutenant at that time would say that they were one of the most dangerous gangs in Oakland. I read that a lot of the other people had almost minor drug charges, but Mac Blast's charges would be the most serious out of those people caught in those raids. And based on my research, I read somewhere where they say he was charged with upwards of 7 felonies. And the main charges out of those 7 felonies was going to be an attempt murder, which I'm going to get to in a little bit. But with that and the enhancements that they throw on you, that could have sent him away for life. Now, an announcement.
Hey, man, shout out Papa Lot Mob Ties. I'm going to leave the rest of it for if you want to go tap in on this channel, this, that, and the third, right? So, you know, and the thing about it, right, is not only did Operation Nutcracker happen as a result of the Hood to Hood DVD, but it was raised around the whole Bay Area. I'm not sure if them raids continue to the other states and other places he went to, but it definitely had a ripple effect in the Bay Area. And I think before that, like I say, bro, Infidel 12 didn't really know what they was dealing with. So, you know, it's kind of hard to combat something you don't know what you're going up against type shit. Feel me? And it was just, you know, certain people, I ain't gonna lie, M.A., he was on the camera. You heard him saying it was a water gun and he was talking baseball somewhat, but at the same time, it was detrimental because of certain things that might have been said or alluded to, and feel me, shit like that. It just gave some insight on the structure a little bit. fake way or whatever. You feel me? Help them paint the picture they was trying to paint. And I think certain people, like in LA, right, like I say, if y'all gonna continue to go forward with the hood vlogs, make sure you ain't on there at the popping it, because that's, first off, it's just, I mean, but you know, whatever, the man gonna do what they gonna do. But my advice would be to pop it a little less, right? Also, don't give out all your hiding spots. Also, don't, it's a terrible thing. I don't know, like, if you already got gang tattoos, you already identifiable, right? You already tight shit. But you know, the camera make it that much worse. You go to you get into something. You try to say you ain't a member. You on camera in this hood vlog talking about this, that, and the third. Feel me? So, but yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Shit, I ain't gonna lie though, right? Hood to Hood is a classic DVD. If you ain't familiar with it, go tap in, bro. It's worth it. It give you some insight with the real Bay. I feel like MA, it just a lot, bro. It's a time capsule, to say the least. But yeah, we on to the next one, bro.
Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say ho, you can't be playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho.